100% grab that.
Absolutely.
No reason why not.
Listen, I'm the type that looks for the label and I'm like, oh, what's the cutest? I'm that person because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to
If it has
wine.
a weather theme on it, I'm like,
Ooh, yeah.
I'm right
or a
there.
name of one of your friends or anything like that.
Throw a palm tree and a sunshine on it, I'm like,
Done.
obviously I have to be
So are you
drinking
white
it.
or red?
I mean, I'm more of a rosé bubbly girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, no,
Rosé
not
all
me.
day.
I don't do bubbles. A straight Sauvignon Blanc, always.
Nice.
I'm always a Sauvignon
You?
Blanc girl.
Cab.
Cab.
I like
Okay,
cabs.
yeah, good cab's good.
Yeah.
Speaking
Nice
of
variety.
throw a palm tree and sunshine on it, let's talk tropics because
Yeah.
this might not be what you want to talk about when you're talking tropics, but you see the map is still lit up here. We've got Tropical Storm Lee. Man, looking kind of impressive earlier this morning. We're going to take a better look at that. You can see another area to watch in Invest 96L. Still bubbling out there in the MDRs. Those storms are rolling off. You can see center of circulation here. It looks like a pretty healthy storm. Was dealing with some shear earlier, but now 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm. That's just a few miles per hour under becoming a hurricane, but the forecast is for this to easily become a hurricane. Not just that, but to rapidly intensify. We're talking about major hurricane by the end of this week, up to Category 5 status as we head through the weekend and early next week. And you can see that cone right now taking it just north of the Leeward Islands. But I want to tell you, impacts are going to be felt, and this is a forecast that we have to watch as it moves forward. When we're talking about rapid intensification, most of that happens in September in the Atlantic Basin. You can see that 140 storms rapidly intensifying since 1950. And just look at this one, guys. You can see here, as we take a little bit of a closer look at the visible satellite, look at how that storm was blowing up the thunderstorms around the center. That is a good indication of a storm that is strengthening, a storm that's getting its act together, especially when that is near where we have that center of circulation. So all signs are pointing to go for Tropical Storm Lee. This system's going to continue moving westward through the Atlantic, and as mentioned, the current forecast does take it just north of the Leeward Islands. But look at the water temperatures that this storm is working with. It is like candy to a baby with these water temperatures out there for Lee. So we want to watch it really closely. Steered by this high pressure, going to continue steering it west, northwestward. Something to certainly watch. The National Hurricane Center says in their discussion, guys, when you're getting out into the 3, 4, 5-day range, there's a more than 100-mile error there in terms of where it could travel. So this is a forecast we all really have to keep a close eye on.
At the least, we're going to see coastal effects.
See what's going on across the nation.
We got to talk about the places that could see some severe storms today. Some of us welcoming maybe some of that rain, just not the storminess, because it has been hot for many of these cities. So let's talk about where we've got some rain moving through. You had some storms in Nashville earlier. All of this going to spark up as a cold front moves through later this afternoon. Few storms diving south right now through Mississippi. A closer look at this region. Jackson, you're sitting at 90. Those storms knocking on your door. 77 in Nashville. A rain-cooled 77. Probably feeling pretty good. Birmingham 83 there. Montgomery 88. Here's our risk for storms later today, this afternoon into this evening. Places like Greenville up through Tupelo, Memphis, Shore included in that. But even in the lighter red shading, Birmingham, Huntsville, Chattanooga, keep an eye on these storms. They could get a little feisty. As this front moves through, we could see some damaging wind gusts, maybe a bit of hail, guys. So we've got some places that really need to watch their afternoon commute today for those storms getting a bit feisty.
A cooler air behind it. So
yeah, that's the plus.
Yay!
Winning in some way.
Felicia Combs.
She's out there just like,
I'm
oh,
like,
guys, we got a half an inch and moved a half an inch.
I feel like you'd love to have a family of moss.
I guarantee you I would kill the moss. I guarantee you, based on my my
Your
plant.
green thumb.
My brown thumb or whatever.
Black and green thumb.
Guarantee the moss would not only never move, it would also die. But, you know,
I have faith in you.
What can you do? Sometimes you got to know your strengths and your weaknesses. I'm really great at drinking water, really terrible at watering my plants. Life is all about balance. Let's talk about the balance that you might need, because that AC might be cranked up to balance out this heat. We talked about the heat across the Northeast. That's not the only place where we've got heat alerts up, heat advisories, and now an excessive heat warning for portions of eastern Texas, extreme portions of northwestern Louisiana included in that. That excessive heat warning for heat indices up to 111 through 115 degrees. So the temperatures right now already hot out there. It's 90 in Jackson, 90 in Little Rock. Dallas, you're coming in at 92. So the heat is intense already, just with the actual temperatures. But throw in the high temperatures and then the humidity, and it's feeling even hotter than that. The actual temperatures today going to be in the triple digits in Dallas down through Houston. Might as well be in the triple digits in Little Rock. If it's going to be 98, it might as well be 100. Jackson 97. But this this is what it's going to feel like. And that's why we're seeing some of those excessive heat warnings, the heat advisories. Obviously, this is the dangerous type of heat, especially when you're talking about, say, 111 degrees in Little Rock. Got to make sure you're taking plenty of breaks, drinking lots of water, taking some time to cool off your body. That heat can really sneak up on you and cause you lots of issues through the afternoon. So some of the high temperatures that are in the forecast today to maybe break some records. Austin, Texas, 102. The old record 101. That was set back in 2019. Houston, 100 degrees is your forecast today. That would break the old record from 2019 of 99 degrees. So this heat is not only, I was going to say this heat is not only hot, but this heat is not only above average, but it could be record breaking as well. Not just there, guys, but again, we've got heat advisories up across the Northeast. So for a lot of these northeastern cities, this is heat like we haven't seen in a really long time.
It's hot heat. It's just like wet rain.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why people don't get that.
Wet rain, hot heat.
It's just wet. Why?